Hey guys, so Kylie here. I'm going to be making some pasta because who doesn't like pasta, let's be honest. So my ingredients might vary a bit from what you're going to put in yours. Put in whatever it is that you want. I can't eat onions anymore, which makes me very sad, but I can eat leek, so I'm going to put a little bit of leek in, which has a kind of similar flavour to onions. Eat a heap of mushrooms in this because I love mushrooms, so that's just what I'm putting in. I'm going to put some eggplant in because I had a little bit left over in the fridge, so I'm going to knock that bit. And we had olives left over from what Sean was making bread with, so I'm going to put a few of those in. Gives it a nice salty flavour in your spaghetti, but again, if you don't like olives, don't use it. Salt and pepper because flavour. I'm going to use a tin of cherry tomatoes and this cherry tomato sauce that I got from Marino's Deli because that's what I like. But you can use any tomato sauce, any pasta sauce. Mix it up, make it your own. I haven't chopped up any garlic yet, but I am thinking about possibly doing that too. Give it a bit of a garlicky flavour. I like to add a little bit of milk. You can add your own milk. I'm going to use soy milk, of course. Just makes it a little bit more creamy, and I like that. This is my fun ingredient that I love. This is called nutritional yeast, and for vegans it gives a lot of extra goodness. Nooch. Some nooch. It's nooch. So it gives a kind of cheesy flavour, so I'm just going to add a little bit of that flavour too. And I'm going to use this. It's a beef-free mince, so it's vegan. But again, you can use your own mince, whatever you want. Same sort of rules apply. Anything you can make, I can make vegan kind of thing. So I'm just going to pretend I'm making whatever you would make, and you use real beef if you want to, but I'm going to use this because that's what we eat. So let's get into it. So always be very careful when you're using knives and stuff. So I've got a couple of fresh cloves of garlic. You can use some minced one or whatever. What I do is get the garlic, put a big flat edge knife on it and give it a hit with the palm of my hand, and as you can see, that just easily takes all of the outside of the garlic off, and then you can just cut the edge off. That's nice and simple. We'll do the same with this one. Smash. You can even get really technical. Years ago I did a Jamie Oliver thing when they came out to the valley, and you can put some salt, rock salt on it, and roll it with the knife. I'm not going to get that technical today though, so with your garlic and your knife, always keep your knife up here so you're not going to put your fingers under to get cut. And I just go like that with my fingers on top so they're nowhere near the edge of the knife blade, and just dice up your garlic a bit like that. Then we're going to come over to our pan. Okay, so you want to put some oil in your pan, get that heating up a little bit. Again, be careful and maybe get, an adult to help if you're a little bit younger and you haven't done a lot of cooking. I'm going to chuck in my leek, and you can chuck in your onion at this time if you're going to use onion. Eggplant, because eggplant takes a little bit longer to cook off. And go and grab a spoon. I like the wooden spoons cooked with. That's just me. And then I'm going to chuck in my mushrooms. So mushrooms, it looks like I've got a lot in there, but when you cook them down, they shrink. So you don't get it doesn't look quite that full in a little while once they're cooked down. Right, then we're going to add all that lovely garlic that we just cut up. And just again, be very careful of the knife with your fingers. And then I'm going to get this mince. Kind of looks like, what you might use, but mine's obviously a bit different. And I'm just going to grab it and crumble it in like you would with your mince, I guess. No, it's been a long time since I've used real mince, so and fun fact, I've been a vegan for a very long time, like 27 years, something like that. And my dad used to be a butcher, so there you go. So I've made this with the real stuff, and I've made it with my stuff. So You just want to brown everything off and make sure it's cooked. Alright, so this stuff's got a bit of a beetroot-y sort of powder, so it stays a little bit pink, but we fried that off and that's pretty good. I'm going to add the olives now. So, just get all them out. And I'm going to add a splash of balsamic vinegar, because, yeah, it's just how I roll. And put some pepper. Then you can add chili flakes or anything to this if you want to make it a bit spicier, if you're a bit more adventurous. And I'm just going to put one little thing of salt, because we've already got those lovely salty olives in there. But I have a problem with salt and I love it, so I'm going to put it in. Got our water at the back, I'm just going to put that on. And what I do with our water for the pasta is I put a little bit of oil in the pot. Just when you are boiling your pasta, all together, so just a splash of oil on top. Olive oil is probably better, but whatever you've got at the moment. And I've got a ton of rice bran oil, so that's what I'm using at the moment. So just stir all those olives in, and this is where I'm going to tip a bit of this yeast flake stuff in. You could use cheese if you want, like get a bit of grated cheese and throw in, but that's what I do. I'm just opening that. And that's my sauce in a nice little bottle, which is not easy to get out, but any sauce you want to use is great. This one might take me 10 hours to get out of the bottle, but we'll be right. Now you don't have to use it all, it's up to you and how many people you're cooking for. Like that's probably half, and that would probably be enough with a little bit of soy milk or normal milk mixed in to make it a bit creamier. For the purpose of this, if you're making it for a few extra people, and we're doing little care packages for a few friends, so I'm going to make a bit more so I can pack it up and send some off and put some on doorsteps. So I'm going to go the whole thing here. Oh God, there is a lot. And there you go. So it's all coming together. And I just like to add just a splash. Just makes it creamier. I never used to like tomato-based, well, I liked tomato-based pastas when I was a kid, and then I went through a phase where I really didn't. So when I started eating them again, I always made them a little bit creamier. So I don't know, habit now. But there you have it. That's pretty much the sauce. So what we'll do, we'll let that simmer for about 5-10 minutes, depending on what you put in it, and then come back and have a look, and hopefully our water will have boiled by then. Alright, so now we're at a point where our water is boiling. You can wait a little bit longer if you want, but that's kind of the point that I start to put something in. So when it's boiling, I pour my pasta, and you can use any kind of pasta that you want, like you might like spaghetti, you might like fettuccine. I'm a spiral person myself, but I don't have any left, so I could only find this one and a few others. So I'm going with this today, so that's a penne, so it should work really nicely with this sauce. So I like to just give it a little bit of a stir so nothing sticks to the bottom, and the oil will help that too, so that's really good. So we just leave that now to boil, and then once that's boiled, we're going to drain it. Make sure we get all the excess water off of the pasta, and then we're going to chuck it in the pasta sauce and mix it all up, because that's how I roll. We've drained off our pasta and it's all cooked, and we're going to bring it back over to the stove, and we're just going to overload our pan probably, but hey. So if you've got a full pan like this, just very gently fold in your pasta so that you're not making a massive mess and you have to clean that up, because no one wants that. So we're just gonna get a bit of that, take it from the edge, get your spoon and just sort of fold it over, a bit like making a cake. It's all about the folding in cooking by the sounds of things. And yeah, just fold that in until you've got a bit of coverage on that pasta, and then you can probably mix it a little bit easier. There you go, you can serve that if you like Parmesan cheese or just some grated tasty cheese or whatever stuff you like to put on top of your pasta. I've got obviously a vegan Parmesan, So I'm going to grate a little bit of that, put that on top, or that nooch stuff that I used before. I like to throw a bit of that on my pasta sometimes. Whatever you want. If you're in the mood to add a bit of avocado and you've got an avocado that needs to be used, if you mush that up and put it on top of pasta, it's quite nice too. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But this is, what are we going to call it? Penne olive merino deli cherry. Yeah, that'll do. Cool. Alright guys, we may see you again for cooking. Thanks.